what you have seen in Rotterdam with our first attempt to create this festival atmosphere around the show was just the beginning. So if you can expect something from us, it's like we're gonna go harder and bring you more new great content, great experience that the team at Riot is very passionate and already working on.
And there we get killed again with no vision from absolutely nowhere, because Zoe is a balanced champion. Thank you, Riot Games. Thank you for this amazing champion.
Brain effect mood? Helps your serotonin levels and makes you feel more relaxed. Huh.
And we lose Baron because our jungler missed Smite, but you know what? That's okay. We all make mistakes. And yeah, next game will be better, I'm sure.
Hello everyone, this is Darius, joined here by Alban, part of the Riot EU esports team, mostly famously known within the industry for partially being involved to getting all the sponsorships to LEC, of course. You joined the team late last summer, I believe, and since then have been working with the EU team, getting sponsorships primarily, but you've also been working on other areas. Would you like to elaborate on what you've been doing so far at Riot?
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Alban and I lead the business team with some people know Romain Bijard. We also have Nicolas who take care of all the sponsorship side. So a small unit that is like working with Lagardère to get more brands to support our fans and our players by bringing a cool experience. So that's what we do. We also manage the relationship with the broadcast partners, people like Summers In, or Gaming in France, LVP. We also work on something called ProView, Team Pass, so the new experiences on digital, and then all the things that are still to come, such as the host city for the next finals or the different activities we have in terms of merchandising. So all the cool stuff.
All the amazing stuff that you enjoy as a fan, of course, and all the big ones, the sponsorships as well. What have been some of the difficulties that you had to overcome while starting at Riot?
Well, none.
None.
So far, so good.
Oh, it just went smooth sailing.
I think the first story for me is that 6 years ago I did sign a sponsorship with Riot. So I was working for Coca-Cola and I decided to be the sponsor of League of Legends globally with Coke. And it's an honor for me now to be on the other side of the table and to share this experience with brands and to say, happy I was with this experience as a sponsor, and share with them some of the learnings I have about how to activate and make the best of it for the fans, because if the fans get their added value, then the brands will get some return.
And as you mentioned, you were previously with Coca-Cola in a very high up position for Coca-Cola Europe. Why did you decide to leave that place to go to the small indie company that is Riot Games and go into esports full time?
Well, I really felt it was a vibrant industry. I feel like, I really believe this is the future of sports, the future of entertainment, the future of culture. When you see the fans get passionate about the stories we tell in cartoons, when we are getting excited for events, the cosplay, the music now that we create, I think it's a community that I want to be part of. I come originally from the world of sports. I was on the field in a sport called rugby. And all I wanted in my career is to be part of these industries of entertainment and sports, and that's the place to be now. So I've learned a lot in my past 6 years, especially from my small brother, which was from all the family the best League of Legends player ever. And after learning from him and also learning as a sponsor how to add value to the community, I just wanted to get involved and go one step further by being part of this community on the right side.
Absolutely amazing. Now, we did just get to see a press conference on the topic of, national leagues and how the European League of Legends ecosystem is evolving and your visions for the future of all of that. Part of the conference was, praising the fact that several LEC Academy teams did really well at EU Masters. A lot of LEC teams scrimmed their Academy teams and other Academy teams to get better. So it's a huge opportunity for up-and-coming talent to develop in a way more structured and more efficient manner. One thing I've been wondering, though, in traditional sports leagues, we sometimes see teams dominating their respective leagues. So, for example, in football, it would be Paris Saint-Germain dominating the Ligue 1, which is a French football league. Are you maybe a bit worried that the LEC Academy teams might find themselves in a similar situation since they just have so much advantage compared to with their big sister teams compared to other teams in the league?
I think, I come from sports, so I can tell that this is new for League of Legends and maybe for esports, but this mechanism of like competition and rivalry is the essence. So I believe in the power of sports. I believe that if a secondary team, as we call them, becomes so strong, you know what's going to happen? The player is going to be picked for LEC. That's what's going to happen. And that's what I believe in, is like we are creating these leagues in order to allow the best talent to Europe to reveal themselves and get a chance on the bigger stage, not only to win LEC, but to win things such as MSI and Worlds. So that's the vision. And yes, we put the priority on players versus some teams, because for us, the most important thing is that to allow the best players to perform on the bigger stage.
Right.
And that's where we believe. And obviously, we can see already, I mean, we had 16 players in the last 12 months who played in ERL that played on LEC.
Yeah.
That's a huge success. 30% of the players coming from this secondary ecosystem. And what I see is that already between spring and summer, you have heard so many rosters merging or picking some players, exchanging seats. So that's what I believe in the power of competition, of rivalry, of sports, that we allow players to say, to dominate, but not to maintain, to dominate, to take the slot from the other team. And that's what I think is the purpose of this, and that's where I see the success so far.
For sure. And I mean, we can see it with Rogue, for example, almost completely exchanging the roster with their Academy one. And, you know, Misfits having a fantastic 10-man roster officially now, working with them very closely. And I'm very excited for those for sure. But what would you say to, for example, a fan of, say, movie star writers, right? Like a team that has been a huge name in the Spanish league for a long time and has had huge success there as well. Do you think that in the future, you know, in the next 2 or 3 years, if they don't partner up with like an LEC team, can they still maintain the competition and the finances and all of that?
Absolutely, and we have seen it. I mean, the French league has been dominated by a team that is not a secondary team.
LEC, very true.
And I would say there's pros and cons. If you are a team that is the LEC secondary team, you could have your best player picked in the middle of the split. Where if it's your first team that is in the ERL, then you don't suffer that because you have a partnership over the year.
True.
So I think there's pros and cons, and I believe that the sports and the competition are the true thing that will make the difference to win or not. And that's the thing that was the main goal, is to build a sustainable ecosystem that allows these talents to reveal themselves.
Very excited for, again, I'm very excited about the state of it right now, but also about the future. And of course, Big is a big Berlin International Gaming that did really well. They don't have an LEC team right now. Ad-Hoc Gaming, you know, there are different examples to that. I was just like wondering about the Spanish league in particular, you know, because that's always been a big ERL. Is there anything that you would like to tease to the LEC fans, or anything you would like to say to them for what the people can expect in the near and upcoming future?
I think you can expect new news. You can expect that this is just the beginning. We have been pushing hard to make this new league with the LEC something fresh, something that people could feel proud of. But we are nowhere near where we want to be. I mean, we don't want to compete with NA. We want to compete with any league in the world. And the MSI was a beautiful gift for us, but it's nowhere near the end. The end goal is Worlds, not 1 year, every year. The end goal is not like few sponsors that delight the fans one time. It's like a sustainable, strong roster of brands that take the game and the sports to another level of experience for the fans. Same thing for broadcast, same thing for digital, same thing for physical. I mean, what you have seen in Rotterdam with our first attempt to create this festival atmosphere around the show was just the beginning. So if you can expect something from us, it's like we're going to go harder and bring you more new great content, great experience that the team at Riot is very passionate and already working on.
Beautiful words. I was very excited about the Rotterdam Festival experience. It was phenomenal. I'm very excited for the future. Thank you so much, Alban.
Welcome.
Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Alban Dechelotte, on Twitter, of course. I'll link it in the description as well. And this was it from us over here at LEC. First day, very excited for the future. See you guys then. Bye-bye. We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnowicz, Thomas Göttel, Etienne, Erich Althaus, Lukas Legal, Lazy Raven,
Lama Vyuta, and Adam Novosviat for your very special support, and of course also all the people whose names you see scrolling past you. Without you guys, we would have closed down probably a while ago. So thank you so much for your help. Thank you.